Hi everyone, welcome to the first day of this challenge. So if you are pressing play on this, welcome. I just wanted to share briefly, I guess this video is sort of like day one kickoff of why I'm even doing this. And there's several reasons, but I think I recently did my taxes, so we're like in March, and I recently did my taxes, and I almost doubled my income this year. And while I'm not at six figures yet, I'm very close. I made close to $80,000, like 77,000 something, right? And last year, the year prior, I had made like 45. And to be fair, like I had my daughter in 2023, so I wasn't working for about 4 months, but there was this idea of seeing that number, which is like the highest number I've ever made in 20 years of practice, was just like pleasantly surprising. And it was one of those things where when I reflected back on all of these things that I did, I just felt like, man, I really want to better hone that. And so this is part of the documentation process, but I also want to help other therapists, because one of the things that I've also been doing a lot this year has just been networking with other therapists and just speaking a lot with other therapists. And I think just so many of us are struggling out here, right? Like we're just, especially if you're a female, right? And a mom, and I'm speaking to you mom therapists out there, like, you're juggling all of this stuff, and I feel like our careers, as much time and money and energy that we devote to our practice, our clients, our, just our care for everybody else, I feel like our practice gets neglected, and perhaps rightfully so, right? Like I will always choose my kids over like my job, right? But still, there's a sense of knowing that I've devoted all of this time to my career, that I do want to see the fruits of my labor. I just want to see that. So I have done these things that I feel like have been super helpful, and they seem maybe obvious to me, but don't seem to be obvious to a lot of therapists. At least the ones that I've spoken to. And some of them are like brand new into the space, like they've just kind of graduated, or they've been in the field, and you're like so focused on being in the field that you're not really paying attention to the money side of your practice. And so this challenge is to get you to start to think about your practice, and your practice being something that financially sustains you. And I'm saying this because I feel like we have such a difficult time talking about money, especially as therapists. And there's the constant thought of like, I don't want to make money off my client's pain. And there's just so much negative stuff around that. And I am just saying, like, I needed to stop that narrative, because at the end of the day, like I want to have a life that I enjoy, and it doesn't require like private jets or blah blah, but it's just like I just want to be able to take my kid to Chuck E. Cheese on a Tuesday, and that be okay. Or if I want to just take a week off, not worrying about, I can't pay my bill. So like my reason for focusing on the money side of the practice is to really build a life where I don't have to worry about money. I just want to be able to worry about the everyday, like spending time with my kids and making sure that I'm a good mom for them. So this is the challenge. I will be posting every day for the next 31 days if this starts in March, and I'm just going to keep it like 100 with you guys. I'm going to batch record a bunch of this stuff. I wrote a bunch of stuff down, and so like my intention is to record 31 little snippets of action steps that you can take every day, that I have been doing, that like I have incorporated, that I have not perfected yet, but I have incorporated, and I think has just been super helpful in getting me into a place where I feel like my practice is thriving, and it could always get better, right? But I want to share these tips, so hopefully you're incorporating some of this stuff. If you are, like, fantastic. If you're trying some of this stuff for the first time, again, I hope that this is super helpful. My intention is, like, when I am doing something and I feel like I'm growing from it, I just want to share that with everybody. Like, and it's not to say that it will work for you, or it's not to say that it will work for me long term, but what I'm doing right now is working, and so I want to share those things with you guys. And so I will be posting hopefully like a 5-minute video in here, every day for the next 31 days. And hopefully this gives you some action steps, and it gives you some things to actually implement and like hone over time, right? Because just because you implement these things for the next 31 days, I also say expect to see results like in a year. Don't expect a get rich quick. Expect that these things are hopefully going to build on themselves. And I am a believer in the compound effect. And so just implementing these things now will just keep working at it. And at some point, if you keep taking the action steps, you will see the results. So what I will say to you is incorporate these things now, but expect to just be consistent and to know that like this will grow if you just devote the time to it. So this is the first post. I will then record another post for tomorrow. Like I said, I'm batch recording, but then I will just post, drop it in the group every day for the next 31 days. So I would love to hear your thoughts. I would love to hear if you have a number, what you want your number to be, what you want that, what you would like to get out of it. And I look forward to sharing what I know. So hope you enjoy. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.